Hello, everybody. It is February of 2020. It's been 1 month of the new year, and well, we gotta ask that question: how is PvP in the Elder Scrolls Online during 2020? So let's start off with just kind of the basics. What makes ESO PvP so much better than its competition? Really, for me, it comes down to the fact that this game doesn't play like an MMO. It plays like a fighting game. It's an action game, kind of like Street Fighter, where you watch what your opponent does and you act and react to what they're doing with the different abilities that you have access to. There's no cooldown on stuff, so you're constantly just parrying, faking, and reacting to what your opponent is doing, and the better player will usually come on top just because they play better. So for me, this is a great system because it really reflects high skill level. People who play better not only are going to be more successful in PvP, but they're able to play a more diverse array of builds that kind of require you to have some of that game knowledge. So in short, ESO PvP is unlike any other MMO out there. It's just going to be a much better reflexive combat experience, and it feels much more visceral than any other MMO really has to offer. So whether you're a beginner player looking for something that's full of action and fun, or someone who wants to master an in-depth combat system, this is really a great game to get into. Now, let's move on to one of the big things concerning a PvP game, and that is class balance. In any game where you have a lot of different classes, they're obviously going to have different strengths and weaknesses, and that means that they will perform better or worse than each other in certain situations. In ESO, we have historically had pretty poor class balance. It's always been a really rough time getting certain specs to work, while other ones just excel much more than others. So in this patch though, I think that ESO has really got things down. During the Elsewhere patch, I felt like the balance was pretty good, but I've got to say, class balance wise, this is the best class balance that I think we have ever seen in this game to date, and it just results in PvP being a lot of fun because you're not constantly running into an opponent that has a crazy overpowered build, and there's nothing you can do to beat him. Now, this leads me to my next kind of piece about balance, and that is the tank meta. Class balance is really good, but just due to the way that this game is designed and the way that buffs stack and stuff like that, the tank meta is definitely prevalent in this game. That being said, there is a lot of tools available for you to pierce through opponents' armor and be able to kill these much bulkier specs in PvP, but if there's one big balance improvement that I think this game could really use, it's that there could be some better options to cut through our opponent's armor, just because there are some, but like I said, they are fairly limited. In general though, it is really nice to just be able to play whatever you want this patch and make it work. I mean, you've got a lot of options to pick from, and you can really put a build together that suits exactly the style you're looking for. Now, this brings me to the next big thing, and that is performance. ESO has historically suffered from performance issues in PvP. As it sits right now, performance is a lot better than it was during the 2019 year, especially the end of 2019. Performance was really bad. They have done some pretty significant fixes, so even during prime time, the game is running pretty smooth right now, but you still run into those big issues with those big lag spikes, and then you're unable to effectively combat your opponents. Now, this is something that I don't think will be as big an issue throughout the 2020 year. ZeniMax has dedicated a huge portion of their energy to making sure that the game just runs better this year. So I think that this is a really good call for them, especially with the Skyrim promotion that they're doing right now. If they're going to get a huge chunk of players into this game, the Skyrim promo is likely going to be the biggest chunk of players that they get. And I really think that having the game run well while they pull all these players in is going to be a big priority for them too. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the client repatch in Harrowstorm. They're going to be removing 30 gigabytes of spaghetti from the game, so that should definitely have an impact on performance, and of course there's more to come throughout the 2020 year. So I'm kind of remaining cautiously optimistic here. I know that in the past there has been not a lot of effort in this game to make sure that there's great performance in PvP. But it really does seem like performance is a focus for the company this year. So yeah, time will really tell on this one. I hope this video doesn't age poorly and ZeniMax does live up to at least a couple of these promises that they've given us. But looking forward, I think that this is going to be a huge year for the Elder Scrolls Online. I really think that we're going to be getting some improvements to PvP that we've desperately been looking for via the performance route of things. And yeah, honestly, like playing the server right now as it is a blast. The only time that it's not fun is if you play during Pop Lock prime time, and then things tend to get pretty laggy. But man, it's been almost 6 years and I still can't get enough of the PvP in this game. It just keeps me coming back, that unpredictable environment and a never-ending slew of new builds to make and try out. Yeah, I really love this game, and I don't see another MMO offering it at the moment. Maybe there will be some big ones in 2020 that can put up the competition, but as it sits right now, ESO is primed to take a pretty hot seat this year, I think. So I would love to hear what you guys think. Am I being too kind? Am I being too harsh? Please let me know. Keep in mind that I am a sweaty ESO PvP vet myself, so I do really love the PvP in this game, and it makes me a little bit biased when I make this video, but hey, you click that title, you click that thumbnail, you knew what you were getting yourself into. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you guys are new here, hit that subscribe button. If you want to send in a build to be featured on the channel or a clip to be featured in the top 5, you can send that to KristoferESO@hotmail.com. Give me a follow on Twitter if you guys want to keep up to date with my shenanigans. You can follow me on Twitch if you guys want to catch me for some live gameplay. You can check out my website, KristoferESO.com, if you want to find fully written build guides, and it is a hub for all of my ESO content. We are sponsored by What the Fast. They're a VPN for gamers. They give me better ping to my favorite games, and they're free to try for the first 30 days. No credit card to sign up, so give it a shot if you guys are interested. And then last but certainly not least, if you guys really love the show and you want to help support it, you can always become a patron on Patreon. Without your help, I would not be doing this, so a big thank you to everybody who has chosen to support. A big thank you to everybody just for tuning in and watching this video today. And as always, guys, I hope to see you next time, and have a great night, everyone.